Hello everyone, welcome to Equal to, and this is episode 18 of our number systems playlist, and I hope this is the last video of this playlist. We have completed every other exercise and example, and here we have our last example and the last exercise. It's quite easy, it's not as difficult as the previous exercises. Okay, so now let us start with this video. I hope you have watched the previous videos. Now in this video we have as I said, one example and one exercise, right? So example 20, which is to simplify, and we have four subdivisions here. The first one is 2 power 2 by 3 into 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, and you are requested to, or you are asked to simplify this. Okay, so there is something that you could use. There is a formula. Okay, so that is a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n, right? So there is this formula that can be very useful to solve this question. Why is it? Because it is of this form, right? Exactly of this form. In this case, a is equal to 2, m is equal to 2 by 3 and n is equal to 1 by 3, right? So in this way, this is exactly like that formula. So when you try to apply that here, it would be, right, what would be 2 power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Okay, now what is 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3? That is actually 2 power 3 by 3, right? 2 power 3 by 3 is just 3, so that gives you 2, and 2 is the answer to this question. Okay, it's very simple. You just have to remember this formula. A power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. Now moving on to the second subdivision of this question, we have another formula to use. Okay, so let me just write that one first here. So a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m n. Okay, so this is the formula that you are going to use this for the second question. Now in this case, we have a is equal to 3, m is equal to 1 by 5 and n is equal to 4. Now when apply this formula, it would be 3 power 1 by 5 into 4, and that gives you 3 power 4 by 5, right? 3 power 4 by 5, and that is the answer to this question. Now to the next subdivision of this question, 7 power 1 by 5 divided by 7 power 1 by 3. Now to solve this question, we have another formula. What is it? So a power m divided by a power n is equal to a power m minus n, and this is the formula that you are going to use for this example. So in this case, a is equal to 7, m is equal to 1 by 5 and n is equal to 1 by 3. Okay, now when applying this formula, it would become 7 power 1 by 5 minus 1 by 3. Okay, so what is 1 by 5 minus 1 by 3? You are going to take LCM first. So that would be 15. So it's 3 minus 5, right? 3 minus 5 by 15, that is minus 2 by 15. So 7 power minus 2 by 15 is the simplified version and the answer to this question. Okay, moving on to the last subdivision of this example, we have 13 power 1 by 5 multiplied by 17 power 1 by 5. Now this is not of the form that we have seen so far. Okay, so we have another formula for this, which is a power m into b power m is equal to ab the whole power m. Okay, and this is exactly of that form, right? A is equal to 13, b equals 17 and m equals 1 by 5. So it's just going to be 13 times 17 the whole power 1 by 5. And let me just quickly calculate the value of 13 power 13 times 17, it's 21, 5, 7, 1, 1, 2, 2. I think it's 221. So 221 power 1 by 5. And that is the answer to this question. Now that was the last example of this chapter. Now we are moving to the last exercise of this chapter, and this has questions very similar to the example that we just saw. Okay, so the last exercise is exercise 1.5, and the first question you are going to find the value of a few exponential numbers. Okay, so the first one is 64 power 1 by 2. Okay, now what we can do is you can write 64 as 8 power 2, right? 64 is 8 power 2. So 8 power 2 the whole power 1 by 2. We know that if it is a power m the whole power n, it's basically a power m into n, right? We know this. So 8 power 2 the whole power 1 by 2 is basically going to be 8 power 2 into 1 by 2, and that is 8 power 1. Okay, so 8 power 1 is basically 8, and that is the answer to this question. Okay, so we have just used this formula, a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n. Okay, now moving on to the second subdivision here, it's 32 power 1 by 5. We know we can represent 32 as 2 power 5, right? 2 power 5 is basically 32, and 2 power 5 the whole power 1 by 5. So the idea basically is to cancel the denominator with its numerator, so it becomes a whole number of some sort. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do here, because in the earlier case we can also represent 64 in terms of 2's power, right? So it could be 2 power 6. 2 power 6 is also 64. But if we represent it in that case, the 2 will not get cancelled exactly, right? So in that case it would be like 6 divided by 2, that again will leave you with 2 power 3, and that ultimately will give you the value 8, but it's just a hassle. So we have represented in the form of 8 power 2. Now in this case we need 5 to cancel it, right? So we are representing it in the form of 2 power 5 the whole power 1 by 5, and we are just going to use the same formula, a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n. So that is just going to be 2 power 5 into 1 by 5, and that is just 2 power 1. Okay, so that is the answer to the second subdivision. And moving on to the third one, we have 125 whole power 1 by 3. Again the same thing is going to be applied here. 125 can be represented as 5 cube, and 5 cube the whole power 1 by 3. We are applying the same formula, a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n. So that gives you 5 power 3 into 1 by 3, that gives you 5 power 1, basically 5, right? So that is the answer to this question. So 8, 2 and 5 are the answers here. Okay, so this is very simple. There is nothing for you to think here. It's very simple. Moving on to the second question of this exercise. It's very similar to the first question, but with a little twist. Okay, now the first subdivision of the second question is 9 power 3 by 2. So we have 2 in the denominator of the exponent. So we will try to represent this 9 in terms of okay, so basically in terms of something squared. So what you can do is you can write it as 3 squared, right? So 3 squared the whole power 3 by 2, and you are going to apply that same, a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n, right? So what would happen is it would be 3 power 2 into 3 by 2, and these two 2's get cancelled. Okay, that was a tongue twister there, right? So it basically ends up with 3 power 3, and 3 power 3 is 27, right? 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. So that is the answer here. Okay, I hope it was easy. Now moving on to the, now if you completely didn't understand, please bear with me. At the end of this video, you would be able to do it well. Okay, now moving on to the second subdivision, we have 32 power 2 by 5. Okay, so basically we can represent 32 as 2 power 5, right? So it's 2 power 5 into 2 power 5 the whole power 2 by 5. Okay, we are applying the same formula that we did here, a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n. So using that, you can tell it's 2 power 5 into 2 by 5, and these 5's they get cancelled. So you are left with 2 power 2, and that is 4. Okay, so 4 is the answer to this question. Now moving on to the next subdivision, here we have 16 power 3 by 4. Okay, so 16 can be basically represented as 2 power 4. So 2 power 4 the whole power 3 by 4. Basically the same formula, a power m the whole power n. So by applying that, it would be 2 power 4 into 3 by 4, and these 4's they get cancelled. I'm sorry, and 2 power 3 that gives you 8, and that is the answer to this question. Now the last subdivision of this question, which is 125 the whole power minus 1 by 3. Okay, so basically minus 1 by 3 in the sense it's 1 divided by 125 the whole power 1 by 3. Okay, you can represent it like that as well, or in other form you can just write it as 1 divided by 125 power 1 by 3. Okay, it's basically the same because the numerator is just 1, right? So it's basically the same, you don't have to worry about that. Now this 125 can be written as 5 cubed, right? So 5 cubed whole power 1 by 3, and you're applying the same formula, a power m the whole power n. So it's 1 by 5 into 3 1 by 5 to the power of 3 into 1 by 3. So the 3 get cancelled, and you're left with 1 by 5. That is the answer to this question, and that is the end of the second question of this exercise. I hope it was easy. It's very easy actually. You have to represent it in the form of powers, and the powers get cancelled, or some arithmetic happens based on the formula that we know, and in this case it was a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n, and just a small simplification after that. Okay, now moving on to the third and the last question of this chapter and this video. So what is it is, we are going to simplify these things, and another new formula is going to be used here. Okay, so the question is, the first subdivision here is 2 power 2 by 3 into 2 power 1 by 5. Now we have seen similar examples, right? So it's a power m into a power n. So in that case, what would you do? It would be a power m plus n, right? So we have seen this already. That is what is going to happen here. So 2 power 2 by 3 into 2 power 1 by 5 is going to be 2 power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 5. So we're going to take LCM for that. It's going to be 15. So it's 10 plus 3, that is 13 by 15. So basically the answer is 2 power 13 by 15. That is the answer to this question. Okay, quick and easy. Just you have to remember this one formula, and that is all that you need to solve this question. Okay, now moving on to the second subdivision here is 1 by 3 power 3 the whole power 1 by 7. Okay, so we know that, let me just write this individually once. So it can also be represented as 1 by 1 power 7 divided by 3 cube the whole power 7, right? It can be written like this, and we know that a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n, and applying that, it's going to be 3 power 3 into 7, that is going to be 1 by 3 power 21, and that is going to be a very huge number. We are not going to calculate it. They just want you to write this, and that would be the answer that is required. Right, moving on to the next subdivision here, and we are going to use a formula that we already seen in the example ones. Right, so it's basically a power m divided by a power n. and that is a power m minus n, right? We know this. That is what we are going to apply here. So it's basically a power 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, and that is going to be 11 power 1 by 2. Okay, so 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 is, it's 1 by 4, right? So no, it's quite easy. Okay, I think I don't have to explain why my 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 is 1 by 4, or if you want, let me just do the LCM as well. So the LCM here would be 4, and this is 2 minus 1, and that gives you 1 by 4, right? Or in other terms, this is half, this is quarter, half minus quarter gives you quarter, right? So it's 11 1 by 4, and that is the answer to this question. Now moving on to the last subdivision, it's 7 power 1 by 2 into 8 power 1 by 2. So it's basically a power m into b power m. So in that case, this also we have seen in the example. So it's just ab the whole power m, right? So 7 power 1 by 2 into 8 power 1 by 2 is equal to 7 into 8 the whole power 1 by 2. So 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56. So 56 power 1 by 2, and that is the answer to this question. And with this, we finish all the questions in this exercise and in this chapter. That is it for number systems. We have had 17, how many videos? 15, 16, 17, 18, right? This is the 18th video. So we have 18 videos in this chapter, and we have covered every single topic from this chapter, every example question, every exercise question. I hope you understood all those things. If you have any doubts, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. See you in the next chapter. Bye for now.